What's up guys, Rainer here, back again. Today, after a very, very long hiatus, we are back in Smite. We'll be playing the new Ao Kuang reskin Kukulkan. Kukulkan's a mage, basically an exact kit reskin of Ao Kuang. But I figured I might as well get back into this game with a character that I kind of know, but also is still somewhat new. So, we start off with Kukulkan's 1. Zephyr. He fires a straight line projectile that, when it hits the enemy, will do a large amount of damage and slow the enemy and all others around the area of impact. Once you get to high level, it does a lot of burst damage. It's a very burst damage ability, and it works exceptionally well for that. His passive, Power of the Wind Jewel, it increases your magical power by 5%. For all of your maximum mana, and you can see the little counter above his portrait. That is how much additional power you receive over your maximum mana. And that stat alone, his passive, is going to fuel our first item purchase, Book of Thoth. In my Ao Kuang video, I didn't use Book of Thoth, I used Voidstone because I wasn't aware of his passive. That apparently changed at some point in time without me knowing. I don't know, whatever. Excuse, this, that. Alright, so Book of Thoth, every time you get a minion kill, it puts a stack into your Book of Thoth. Also, God Kill gives you 5 stacks, and 3% of your mana is converted to magical power, and when you get a stack, you get 10 mana per stack. See? Reading's hard, especially when it's off of another monitor. Anyway, I'm a little rusty. Give me a minute. We'll get into this. Next item you're going to want to pick up is your boots. You can take whichever boot. I would recommend, in my build, Shoes of the Magi, just because the cooldown boots, I cover that with Chronos Pendant. So this little clip that you're seeing here, this is on how to use his 3 tornadoes. It's not really tornado, it's Whirlwind now. And I start placing my tornadoes down so that the enemies have to get hit by them. The tornado has a very, or Whirlwind, rather, has a very gradual build-up. So when you drop it down, there's like a 1-second delay before it actually will start to do its effects. So if you use good placement on it, you can drop it right on top of the enemies, and they have to get hit by them. Also, let's just talk about his Whirlwind real fast. Summons a tornado. You know what it does. There it is. It's doing its thing. Any enemy hit by it will take 0.5, or will take damage every half a second for 2 seconds. It maxes out at about 150 damage. Plus 15% of your magical power. So it's roughly like 50 damage per tick. And the tornado itself will last for 4 seconds. Any enemy that enters the tornado will start taking damage. And it doesn't actually start doing the tick damage until they leave the tornado. So if they stand in the tornado for 4 seconds, then they will take the 2-second damage per ticks. So it's like the ability keeps refreshing itself. So the longer they stand in it, the more damage they take. His ultimate ability, Spirit of the 9 Winds, he summons up his giant dragon. You've seen me use it a ton of times already. I was really, really rusty when I recorded this, so I think I hit his ultimate all of like 1 time. It's not an easy ultimate to hit, that's for sure. I would put it on par with Scylla's ultimate in difficulty. It's very easy to see coming, very predictable. But if you get hit by it, it does a ton of damage. So Ao Kuang, or Kukulkan, I'm sorry. Showing my age here. He's got his 1 that does burst, his ultimate that does burst, and then his 3 which does really good damage over time. So he's got a very excellent damage model. There's a hit. Oh, look out. One of the things you really have to know about Kukulkan is that he's a very late game guy. So the way you want to spend your early game playing is you want to really focus on getting your minion kills, getting those last hits, so that you get to your late game as fast as possible. He's not going to be a dominating force early on, and you really got to be aware of that. You got to play your lane phase very, very effectively, or else you're going to get behind. So now that we've moved on a little bit into the video here, let's go to your next item that you pick up. So you got Book of Thoth, you got the Boots of Magi. I would recommend Bancroft's Talisman, or yeah, Talon, Bancroft's Talon. I knew what I meant. Gee, it gives you Lifesteal, and with his 3, the Whirlwinds, just so much Lifesteal. I currently have it on the character you're seeing right now. I picked it up first because you can't get Book of Thoth in Assault. But, I mean, I'm currently at full health, but as soon as I take some damage, you'll see the lifesteal that it picks up when you drop it on a minion wave. After Bancroft's Talon, Rod of Jehudi, and then your last one's just kind of an up in the air. If you need the penetration, get the penetration. If you, in this match right here, I picked up Divine Ruin, as well as the Obsidian Shard. The Divine Ruin was really just to counter Ra entirely, so every time I'd see him drop down his blessing, I would just drop my tornadoes right on top of it, just so that anybody standing in there would take the damage and have their healing reduced. So I really think that was a good double whammy. So we press up here into the towers. All of the enemy team's down except for a couple. Here I'm going to drop my tornadoes on the minion wave and zone out Thanatos. He goes in anyway for some reason, so it takes most of his health. Drop the tower. And press up. I drop my tornadoes on his head, so he's basically free at this point because tornadoes just do so much damage. I will tell you, this footage was recorded before they nerfed the tornadoes, so they don't do this much damage anymore, but they still do. They're still very, very effective. So, I'm just cutting this video down because there's just a lot of me casting my Whirlwinds for nothing. There I dropped my ultimate down and picked up almost the entire enemy team. Can't hit an auto attack to save my life. Fortunately, I wasn't in any real danger. Pick up that deicide and move up down. See, you can see just the health regen that I got from Bancroft's just right there at the until I maxed my health out. I didn't tell you about his 2. Let's talk about his 2. You don't see it very often in this, but you'd see it more in Conquest. Slipstream, he channels the winds, allowing him to move faster. He's immune to slows for a second when it's activated. So he moves faster for 4 seconds. It's his basic escape. As far as actives go, I would recommend Sprint, just because he doesn't have any escape apart from his 2. So Sprint should help you, and if you're out of mana, Sprint should help you get out of a bad situation. If you're dealing with a lot of burst damage like Scylla or anybody like that, and you're in lane, then I would say maybe take Aegis. But you know, you guys know how actives work. Pick the one that best suits your play style. Also, I picked up meditation on this particular one because it's assault. You need med on assault. So as the action here just like gets to the point of nuclear, I finally get overwhelmed by the enemy team charging. Back after the spawn here, I've picked up my final items. Not letting anybody stand in Ra's blessing. That's actually going to be one of the saving graces of this map. Is that we didn't let him sustain. Ra's just running away just so he can get as much time on that blessing as humanly possible. Here comes Thanatos. Doesn't get anything. reasons. Drop my ultimate and finish him off. I wanted the other one too, but like I said, I'm a little rusty at this point. Just kind of trying to tactically place my tornadoes so that we can make them walk into them. Up that one down, and didn't get anybody but the minions in it, so we're just gonna back away. Gonna try to stay behind the bruiser, and Aphrodite is also fairly tanky. I kind of missed the blessing there with my tornado, but I still picked up Ra in the hit, and he's taking a ton of damage and not able to heal from it. So yeah, we're into the late game now. I'm level 20. I've got a full build behind me. So what we're going for here is this is how much damage Kukulkan can do in his late game. See, I'm sitting there, I'm regenerating like a full 15 health every tick off of that tornado just for one enemy. Missed my ultimate again because that's what you do. You miss ultimates when you're bad. Rusty. We'll go with Rusty. That's what I'll say. Rusty. Press up here to throw down on the minion wave and just get some of my health back. That's really the only purpose of that tornado. And then immediately waste all the health I regen by walking into Ra's 1. So I picked up Chronos here just because the cooldowns really help me cast that tornado more. And my tornadoes just do a ton of damage. Whirlwind. Alright. Dropped my 1 down there on Thanatos. He already activated his 2, so he didn't take the slow from it, but you saw how much damage it chunked off. A full half of his health bar. So Kukulkan can just do a tremendous amount of burst damage, as well as having that hard damage over time. Get another good solid couple of hits with my ultimate. Drop my tornadoes down again and work the enemy minions into them. That's one of the things that's more of an advanced strategy, is if you drop your tornadoes and the enemy minions aren't going to walk into them, like the archers will stop short, just back up a little bit and make them walk into it. Just kind of kite them in there. It seems like it's an easy thing to do. Not a lot of people do it, and it can really, really help you out. I'm just kind of hanging outside of the Phoenix here just because I don't want to take any hits that I don't need to take from the Phoenix, because I'm also doing a lot of damage to the enemy gods. So we clear out the minion wave again, push up back into the Titan area. The enemy gods are coming back up, so we're gonna do the damage we can do. I'm just gonna kind of guide them away because I'm squishy, and I'm trying to pull them off of the Titan just so that our team can do more damage to it. Drop my ult down, don't get anybody with it just because, you know, bad ultimate is bad. And eventually Chalk picks up the kill on the Titan, giving us the win. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. It's been nice making Smite videos again. I will see you on the next exciting episode, and hopefully I'll have more regular content for you. This has been Rainer. I'll see you next time.